like us. Can't nobody move 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 like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. I know you heard what the pastor say. Better get the truth or you pass away. We can see the booths in the masquerade. Standing in the booth made of grass and hay. Strapping up the boots on the Saturday. Gathering the truths for the black and Asiatic indigenous people that was sacked by Spain. Now you know the language of your masters. Now you trying to buy up all your masters. Now they got your women while you master. Now you throwing kiddies in like Asta. Now you love your chains and you lack escape. Never saw a day when the blacks were great because they clever saw a way they could master face. If not them, then the facts are racist. Look at my back, never back to basis, I'm gone. Can't nobody move like us. 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 People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody move like us. People. Methamphetamines in your veins. Couldn't see the spirit, so you ran into the pain. Couldn't fly with spirit, so you landed in the plane. With a liquor in the pills and the women give you gain. Running from the Father, but he calling your name. Run a little farther and you right back at the same. Nobody ever taught him that it's never gonna change till he turn back to the east. Never go back to your ways. Used to feel like the bag could save me. Used to smoke trees and relax, but lately I really found peace when I passed the bacon. And I live by these things, so I passed the bacon. In the word, not Pastor Mason, not led by God. Most pastors Masons, most pastors faking. No paths are vacant, no classes to show those masters Nathan on God. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people.
Can't nobody move like us. Can't nobody do it like us. They ain't really brewing like us. Who would've ever thought it'd be us? Cause they ain't been through it like us. They don't keep the law like us. They ain't outlaws like us. They ain't strong like us. On the block like us. Giving hope to the community. Kill the separation, we just focus on the unity. Every 7 standing on the corner with the KJV. We don't even need a bunch of brothers, give me 2 or 3. Give me 20 minutes and I'll teach you your identity. Keep an open mind and listen up and maybe you will see. Ooh, these are the nations, they want your salvation. They don't give a damn about what we've been through. They would not tell you the chosen is you. So come follow me, I'll teach you how to move.
Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people. Peculiar people, peculiar people.
Well, how to let your phone? You know, I'm just gonna keep it real. Yeah, how I live. I might speak that slang, I got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observing. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. Cashapp, what you need? I might speak that slang, I got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observing. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. I'm standing right here, you can crucify me. I'll forever be a voice for the voiceless. Hang with the Lord, you can get on. Hang some my haters, who they put on. Do this for the Lord, we don't put on. And we lay down the blueprint, and we following the red blade. Put a blue letter, re-reference. No blood or Crips, y'all brothers repent. You know the vibes when we bump shows. No, we going up, but don't speak on. Know what I'm on in real time. And we too lit for lies. The box say living lies. Don't need your criticize. Never met him one time, but my name in his mind. Why most I gotta remind to stop the COVID, they wild. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observe. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observe. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. Yo.
catch a vibe. Thinking about my people, it seems they all blind. They thinking they know the truth, but no, not up to 12. Try. Some say we a nation that's built up on tribulation. Some say we was taken and put in this situation. I say honestly, man, it's a little bit of both. Just take it from a nigga who parents native and Haitian. White folks stole my people's land, but we gon' take it back, cause the most I put the power in our hands. Yeah, we going straight reprimand, cause the people did us dirty and never got punished. From here to France, they out here preaching peace, but to us ain't none given. Convince us to protest, but disregard how we living. Well, soon y'all gon' know how we feeling. Yeah, how is Shy's coming back to prove to you that you ain't been forgiven. I'ma break it to you now that with this joint ain't no hook. The aristocrats on the mic pushing them words like a book. I'm anointed and I'm a saint and I got these niggas shook. I'm a Danite prince of the power and I can't be forsook. I think it's unfortunate that y'all couldn't face the facts. You so confused, you can't seem to break down Romans and Acts. When I teach, y'all got me losing all of my patience. Hear the word Israelite and then you turn to Galatians. Honestly, y'all need to do some investigating. My people acknowledge but still fighting for education. Broke them shackles off of my mind and set me free. Now, Father, y'all got me thinking immortal relation. Try and wake y'all up, but you suckers being complacent. Shot that nigga in the street, but how you grew up's adjacent. Take a nigga life for a little bit of wealth just to spend that shit and move back into your mama's basement. Now you become a Muslim so that your life don't get taken. Boy, assalamu alaikum, bean pies, green eggs, and bacon. Allah just the title, not the name of the Most High. You an Israelite, soon to be seeing revelation. Hey, now they saying the prince is lyrical. I'm ruling this thing, but it ain't nothing empirical. Yahweh Shai sent the comforter, got me feeling spiritual. Yasha Allah on the rise, I ain't even hit the pinnacle. Hey, y'all know ain't too many better than I start watching on this mic, I even got a letterman. Skills concrete solid, I ain't talking settlement. Reppin' the Anointed House, man, you know we killing it. Hey, this time around, y'all better get a ticket. This young get hit a bomb like the 96 Olympics. Mess with the man of the Lord, might end up in the clinic. We taking the kingdom soon, 1 hour, 0 minutes.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, shalom, everybody. Welcome back to another Milk Mondays. I am let me go ahead and bring Cap up. Hey, shalom, everybody. Welcome back to another Milk Mondays.
All right.
Let me go ahead and bring Cap up.
I'm about to get up in a second, but go ahead, do your thing. Shalom,
right. Hey, shalom, everybody. Hey, welcome back to another Milk Mondays. I am Officer Knock, and of course, we'll be joined here again with Captain Eliel. Hey, before we get started for tonight's lesson, I want to first give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashak Yahweh Shai, as always. And we want to be thankful for him giving us another day to be here and to be able to, learn his laws and come back to his ways, right? And teach our people. And tonight's lesson, right? Tonight's lesson is how can I say this? Tonight's lesson is gonna be an interesting lesson. The title of our class tonight is called Heathens Get Salvation? Hell no. All right. And of course, we're going to be responding to some of the there's been some teachings and some lessons going on with other groups, other camps, other brothers, and we want to address this because we think it's vitally important that we address this, right? So I'm gonna let Captain get into all of that. So before he comes back on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my normal little thing I usually do. And I'm going to start off with shout outs to everyone who's in class this evening and on time. And I think we started on time today. At least I started the intro on time today at 9 o'clock. Hey, real quick, before I say anything, if anyone is watching the broadcast and they see, whether it be on their Android or maybe even on their TV, and they see a vertical broadcast where it kind of shows me and Captain a little differently. I think it's a new feature on StreamYard. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured out how to take it off. I guess I'll try to figure that out sometime later. But if you want to watch the regular broadcast like we normally had it being shown, you can go to our main YouTube page and look for the thumbnail, right, for the class, and click on that. And it should give you the normal, layout, the normal layout and broadcast. That way you can watch it how we normally watch it. Because I've been hearing that people are wondering, like, why is it looking the way it's looking? I don't know. I do know I see it on my end, in the back room here, but I don't know how to turn it off. I believe it's a new StreamYard feature. All right. So if you go to the YouTube page, you can watch it in the regular way that we normally broadcast it. You just have to go to the YouTube page and make sure you hit on where the thumbnail is, click on that, and it should take you back to our regular layout, our normal layout. All right. But let me go ahead and give these shout outs real quick. First, let's go. Let's just, Mother Johanna, shalom to you. Shalom, shalom to Ak of Rectitude. Shalom to Shabar for Truth. Shalom, shalom, shalom to the lovely Sister Rose. Shalom, shalom to that mighty brother Nazar. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to the mighty brother Azariah. Shalom to the lovely sister Apariana. Shalom, shalom to that strong brother Win Walker. Shalom to you, bro. Shalom, shalom to the lovely sister Charlicia. Shalom to the mighty soldier Araya. Shalom, shalom to the mighty soldier Gary. Shalom to the mighty captain Shaquat. Hey, shalom to the mighty soldier Antonio. Shalom to that mighty brother World Without End. Shalom, shalom to the mighty officer Kadar Aharan. Anybody else, if you want to get a shout out, just go ahead and post something in the chat. Out area, shalom to the mighty brother McGann. Shalom to you, brother. Good to see you. If anyone wants to shout out, just go ahead and post yourself in the chat. I'll shout you out. Right. If I miss some before we get started with the lesson, I'll hit you up a little bit later. All right. So before we get started again, also any brothers who are wanting to put this work in and work and do this work for the Lord, want to do it with the AHOS, you can do so by giving us your interest, sending us your interest through email at anointedhos@gmail.com. Also, sisters, do the same thing because we can't do this work without you. Send us your email. Send us your interest through email, anointedhos@gmail.com. All right. Which is real simple. And we'll get back to you and let you know when we'll get those things going. Also, let me find it real quick. Man, this new layout is totally different. It's throwing me off a little bit, and I can't find certain things that I was looking for on here. And I don't see, hold on, let's see what this says. Nope, that's not it. I don't see our calendar, and I don't have the dates. But we do have a few more dates coming up. Let me see, I think this is it right here. There we go. There we go. All right. Got our feast day calendar. Let's see. Feast day calendar. What do we have coming up? We got a new moon. New moon, 9th moon, right? November 20th, right? We'll be doing a class for that, so stay tuned for that. Also coming up around the corner will be Feast of Dedication. We'll be having Feast of Dedication at our school in North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. We'll get that information as to when all the details of what we'll be doing on that for Feast of Dedication. Also, we'll be meeting up in other places around the country in different states. So let me see what this say. Hey, you crazy, Bagheera. All right. Extra tiny calendar. Oh yeah. So Azariah. So if you're looking, go to our YouTube page, our main YouTube page, Anointed House of Saints. And what you can do is click on the thumbnail, the normal YouTube thumbnail, and it should give you the regular layout of our channel. StreamYard has this new feature where we got some kind of vertical layout that shows along with the regular layout. I don't know how to shut it off. So Salakia, I'll try to figure it out sometime later. All right. So for Salakia for that. Let me see, take this off. Let me go ahead. A few more people jumped in real quick. Let me give a shout out to the mighty officer Shemaiah. Shalom. Shalom to that mighty soldier DTA. Hey, shalom to swordsman of Yahushua. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom. Shalom to the brother Chris Israel. Shalom to you. Okay, so like I was saying, we got our class is titled Heathens Get Salvation. This is in response to, I'm sure everyone knows what's been going on in the Israelite community, but we're going to respond to this. This is heathens get salvation, and we say, well, not we say, the Bible says hell no. All right, for lack of better words, the Bible says hell no. But I'm going to go ahead and let this turn this over to Captain. If he's ready, he can go ahead and take it over. No, you're not ready. Okay, says he's not ready. Come on. Yeah, so
give me literally 2 minutes. Just keep talking. I'm pulling something up for you guys. Just chill out and listen to knock. All right.
Listen to me. They don't want to listen to me.
You got a nice voice.
Me?
Yeah. Sing or something. I don't know. Shit.
Sing a song. No, I can't do that. Y'all got to come to the feast days to hear me sing. That's what you got to do. The next Passover, you got to come to the feast days. All right. But like I was saying, and let me do this real quick. Like I was saying, we're going to respond to a lot of what we've been hearing on seeing on YouTube, Facebook, Clubhouse, about Gentile salvation, right? Gentile salvation. When I say Gentile salvation, I'm not talking about the Gentiles of our people who were scattered abroad and became Gentiles because of the customs and ways of the heathen nations. This is going to be speaking out about certain brothers saying that Gentile salvation is available. The same salvation available to the children of Israel is available to the heathen. And so we're going to come out and we're going to bring out scripture to show that the Bible says hell no on that part, right? So, hey, as you come in the room, please like, share, subscribe. Okay, share this with your family and friends. Not going to be holding too long, but I think Cap ready to go. If you're ready to go, Cap, go ahead and take over.
We good.
All right.
All right, y'all. Shalom. Yahbashim Rashad Barakathum to everybody in the building. Shamar Thumb to the sisters and everybody, all the little kids, all that stuff, right? Of course, like Knox said, this is just going to be a little response class. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Because I see brothers talking like we need to make a full response video if we're going to respond to it. So I'm really thinking about doing that. And I think I'm 100% going to, actually, because I have a lot of new information that I want to give, especially on the Greeks. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be something that they're actually going to watch, you know what I'm saying, a peer-reviewed video. So I might do that because got a lot of new information from good old Chat GPT and some new sources to use for you niggas. And I proved via Chat GPT, I know more than all of the scholars in the mainstream on this particular topic, and it actually told me that, and I'm gonna prove it, but maybe not in this class. I'm still thinking about if I want to do that or not, because we're gonna be short on time because all the stuff we got to talk about in it. But I'm gonna do a peer-reviewed lesson so I can for sure also prove along with this, you know what I'm saying, who those Greek Gentiles are, proving that they would involve the tribe of Dan, and other Israelites, of course, but proving that Dan went to Greece. You know what I'm saying? Greece, Egypt first, then Greece. But Greece is where they settled. And then the Southern Kingdom ended up meeting us there, right? And once we both got put in captivity, we write a letter to Onias, you know what I'm saying? Arius, our king, Onias, one of you guys leaders, right? They write a letter, acknowledge themselves being brethren, and that's how they're able to make the connection. But the people in the Peloponnese that were known as the Lacedaemonians or Lacedaemonians, however you want to say it, they were definitely the tribe of Dan, right? And we've proved it before, but every day I get more and more information to continue to prove it more. So yeah, I'm gonna do that when I do the actual lesson too. The peer review version, the really long one, right? With my 172 slides. So 75, whatever the hell. But look, this is what we're doing today. So gotta take a quick sip of my apple juice. You know what I'm saying? But so today we are going to be basically going over a couple of points. I have questions that I want all of you to ask yourself, right? Because I know that I am going to be doing a peer review version of this. I believe the Watchmen for Israel are going to be doing theirs on Saturday, right? So I'm going to be doing mine, but they're going to be doing their Saturday live. So I'm going to watch theirs, and then I'm going to probably let me back off some of the things that they said as well, unless they let me backing off some things I'm saying today. But bottom line is, it's going to be two camps that I know of, ours and theirs, that are going to be giving you guys information on this topic, right? I'm sure others are going to as well. If I'm not mistaken, Ram Gadal just did one, or they're going to do one. So shout out to y'all brothers and sisters too. But all right, so where do I want to start? If you checked my Facebook, you saw that I made a post over the weekend. I think it was over the weekend. Yeah, because it's Monday. So over the weekend, I made a post, kind of responding to the video in a way where I was making what I thought was. So I didn't watch the whole video when I made the post, right? I only watched a little bit of it, like maybe 20 minutes, which was a mistake, because I went and made a post because I saw everybody was talking about it. Like, damn, they said something crazy. So on my Facebook, a lot of you guys saw it. I made that post saying, when I was in HOI, when I was in SOT, and of course now, we taught that there will be Israelite or heathen that don't get destroyed, in the last day, in the destruction of the nations, so that they can be, if you will, preserved for captivity, right? I don't like to use the word preserved, because when it says preserved in the Bible, it's talking about us, which we could prove that today as well. But we're using preserved for the sake of people calling it salvation, right? Even HOI, no offense to the brothers at HOI, still love y'all, you know what I'm saying? But HOI words it and coins it as a salvation for the plantation, right? I'm on video in my HOI days saying that to people. So yeah, that's what they called it, right? I guess to be nice. If you want to call it salvation, and the reason why, at least from my understanding, is there was a couple of discussions, but also at camp, folks would always talk about, what about the other nations, right? Of course, one in particular. And the salvation for the plantation thing came up, because it's like, well, y'all want them to have salvation so bad, they're going to have salvation for the plantation. They'll be saved to be slaves. You feel me? So, yeah, that's how that went. So, but again, in my camp, this camp here, Anointed House of Saints, we don't consider it a salvation per se, or a preservation in that sense, unless you're talking about them not getting destroyed from nukes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To go and be slaves, right? And the Bible explains that as well, which we'll prove today. You feel me? So, what I first want to start with is, I realized in my post with Deacon that not just him and Hassad, possibly, but other brothers in the truth and sisters, a lot of them don't understand contextual criticism. Grammar is not our strong suit, especially in the English language, right? Some of y'all, even though you grew up speaking English, you speak Hebrew better than you speak English. That's just the facts, right? And I know I use a lot of slang and shit, right? I cuss and all that type of stuff, but I know the English language pretty well. I'm pretty good at grammar. I studied it collegiately, right? So, when it comes to writing and writing styles, that's something to gauge and to realize. And I like to teach people, when I'm teaching the Bible, if you're good at grammar, right, try to understand the writing style of each prophet, because it will better help you understand what they're saying and how they are saying it, right? Now, as many teachers as I've seen teach, I'm the only nigga I've ever seen say that on camera. Never heard it before from an Israelite teacher, right? Don't know why, but that's advice I give all the time, and it's advice that I follow, right? And people under me should follow, right? And people next to me should follow. So this is the thing. Now, Isaiah, the way Isaiah writes is it's a way that I like to consider and call, that I've coined, simultaneous sequence prophecies, right? So what he'll do is, he'll start a prophecy, he'll sidebar, and then he'll continue the prophecy with the addition of the sidebar, and then stop again, sidebar some more, and then get back on the previous prophecy with the addition of the sidebar some more, and then he'll continue from there. And he does that the entire book of Isaiah, right? Now, just to show you, there's sequences to every book, right? Not just the book of Isaiah, but each prophet, them being different, they all have their own writing style, right? this is something scholars, the good ones anyway, of the Bible, of the nations, that is. I'm not talking about us now. I'm talking about the nations. But the nation scholars that write the Bible and, print the Bible, those that have titles in their Bibles, those are typically really, really, really scholarly people that are doing the work, because they went through and tried to decide how to section off what the author was writing about based off their writing style, right? And I'll explain more after I take a sip. Hold on. Still recovering from surgery, and I work today, so brother needs something to drink. But all right, so here's the thing. Let me pull this up real quick, because it'll help me explain. Now, if you were to just type in titles for the chapters of the sections of the book of Isaiah, right? They've done an okay job. I section it out a little differently, and I'll explain a little bit of mine for the chapters in question, right? But as you see, the way Edomites primarily would section it, chapters 1 through 12, they call the judgment and hope of Jerusalem, right? Now, what you have to understand about this part, chapters 1 through 12, that they call it, the judgment and hope for Jerusalem, right? This includes the hope part, something that brothers are trying to call salvation for the nations, and make a caveat as to them being able to move to and fro as a vassal, right? Let's just say what the hell I'm saying. Give me Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2 right quick, and then I'll get back to my point. There's some good ass apple juice. I wonder what brand this is. I ain't even checked.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2.
Y'all hit the like button when y'all come in the building, Baba Cashapp.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills. And all nations.
Yeah, Nazar, we gotta read it like we the author. That's right.
God. And all nations shall flow unto it.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3.
So look, yeah.
Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths.
So my bad. Keep going. Finish it.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
All right. So look, brothers have mistaken. This is Isaiah 2 and 3, right? This is the hope for Jerusalem. If you read this in context, which I'm going to leave for you guys to do, and I'm going to explain it in my full video, right? Because again, this is just my original remarks. I want you guys to think how a lot of us teachers that have been doing this for a while are thinking, and what we thought about when we watched this video, right? So that's what this is. I'm going to put you guys that could be novices, could be soldiers, officers, whatever you are in your respective camp, right? Or even in mine. I'm about to put y'all in the mind frame that me and I know a couple of other brothers had, right? That teach. Older brothers, younger brothers, all that type of stuff. So when and I'm gonna go deeper on my mind frame when it comes to the inner workings of Isaiah, because this is how I view biblical scripture. I'm gonna let you guys get into my study habits and scholarly studies and stuff like that, right? So look, like I said, they word it like this: judgment and hope for Jerusalem, right? We just read something in chapter 2 of this judgment and hope for Jerusalem, where part of the hope is that at the end of it, the end of the days, Israel will be a mount of the Lord where all the nations will flow unto. Now, the question I have to ask for people with common sense that know the Bible and understand why we're in the position that we're in right now in the first place anyway, for people that understand that and know that, right? What was our intended purpose at the beginning had we never gone off? And what was their intended purpose and position from the beginning had we never gone off, right? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. While I delete this junk off my damn dashboard. All right. So the reason is simply because, or the answer rather, we would be the kings, right? Nation of kings and priests that we were originally called by the Most High in the book of Exodus, right? We would have never went off, and we would have been naturally ruling over these people, right? What did they tell us to do in Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6? How did that play out? Right? Had we never gone off, according to Deuteronomy chapter 4, Moses tells us we would have been keeping the law amongst the nations. They would see us as this wise and understanding people, and then they would follow us, right? Most High gets his glory. We don't have to wait all these years for Christ to come. He could go ahead, pull up on the scene, and run the earth forever. We there. We in the kingdom. It would have been that easy, right? But obviously, it was written in stone that it wasn't going to be that easy. So he went ahead and put the caveat, told us it's going to be somebody else that's going to come with something new and all that other stuff, right? All the curses, everything, right? So now that we understand that, I want everybody to keep in their brain, right? The natural position of Israelites is to rule over the nations and teach the nations the law, statutes, and commandments, so we all could live in harmony, right? It's not to just have the nations in shackle and chain slavery. If you want to be honest, if you look through the Bible in all of the passages where it talks about us taking the heathen and having them in captivity, never talks about chains and shackles. You know why? Because chains and shackles is what you use for people that want to run away or that can run away. Can they run from us if we're in control and we're, in our glory? And Yahushua is on the scene? No, you dummy, you duck monkey. What's up, Kyle? Good to see you, bruh. You see, Kyle will tell you they're not going to be able to go nowhere. They're going to have to serve, right? So Dana Stevens, Dana Stevens, we had him on our channel before multiple times, right? He will tell you they have to serve. Dana not going to be trying to run. He's a cleaver, right? He got dreadlocks right now. Like braids, like me. Like he got the dreadlocks and braids. Like corn, like it looked just like this. You see him walking down the street, he got a tan. He trying to look like a nigga, bro. Shout out to Dana. Every time I see him, I give him a hug, right? Because he's a cleaver, right? Does that mean he not going into captivity? Hell no. I told him to his face on camera, you're going into captivity, Dana. He said, I don't know. And I said, I do. You're going into captivity, Dana. But your captivity isn't going to be chain and shackle because you're a willing participant. Right? So we just got to go sit over there. Be a good example. When we tell you stand up, stand up. When we tell you sit down, sit down. But if you get out of line, we got a rod of iron for you. Pause. And we going to beat your ass to shivers. You dig? That's how it works. For the unwilling participants, it tells you they getting the rod off top. Bing bow. Bing bong. Right? It's a wrap. Immediately set the example. Beat them to shivers. What's the shivers for? Make them scared. That's why it's worded like that. That's how this works. Whether you like and understand it, believe it or not. Now, back to Isaiah. So, that's cool, Kyle. We'll explain. It's nice to know where you stand now, because I was wondering when we were going to say something that you disagreed with. It's been a couple weeks. Feel me? But yeah, at least you agree with most of it. So that's good. That's all we need right now, because it's not that time yet, right? When it's time, you'll understand. Or watch Dana. He'll help you out. But anyway, so Isaiah, right? Isaiah is going to go back and forth with the scriptures. In fact, let me show you what I mean by this sequence of things, right? And then we're going to read so I could prove to you brothers misunderstood when they read Isaiah 56 and they said, oh, this is happening at the same time as the Israelites getting saved. No, it's not. If you read from chapter 49, let's scroll down a little bit. See how Esau has it worded and divided down where it matters, right? Whoo! So look, they have chapters 49 to 55. the suffering servant king, right? Even though most of that's about Israel, some of it's about the king, and then it explains what happens with the king's people, which would be Israel, not the king. But again, they tried. They're not perfect. I'll explain more as to how I separate it in a little bit. And then we got 56 and 66, hope of new creation. Right? Now, what I'm going to show you guys is that 55 and 56 are connected. Those of us, again, that are scholarly, that understand and have common sense, you know that Isaiah, being a Hebrew writer, right, especially in the type of Hebrew he was writing where he was at, he wasn't writing with periods and commas and, you know, all that type of stuff, right? His diacritic marks were a little bit different. So he's not punctuating his sentences the way we have our punctuations, right? So the chapters, if you will, the sections wouldn't be broken up the way that we have them broken up, if broken up at all. Okay? So we're going to read a little bit of this to make it make sense, because some people, that word that Kowal posted, context. Some people don't know how to put things in the proper context to understand how Isaiah 56 is not in awe in any way, shape, or form talking about at the same time as Israel. It actually mentions after they've already been gathered to us, right? After they've been gathered to us, it mentions earlier that will be when we inherit waste heritages, which even if you Google that, tells you that waste heritages includes waste cities, right? And waste cities, waste places, you know what I'm saying? And all the things that Israel had that were laid to waste as well, that we're going to re-inherit. So it's telling you, and that's Isaiah 49, which is also a very important chapter to this doctrine, right? So that happens. And then when we get to Isaiah 56, these same people that earlier in the chapter, right, especially around 49, or earlier in the book, I should say, around chapter 49, these people that start cleaving unto us via the visions that Isaiah is having in his sidebar conversations, as I mentioned earlier, right? He gets to chapter 56 and re-explains something he explained in chapter 55 and something he also explained in chapter 54 about these cleaving heathen that flow unto us, something he first explained in chapter 2, verse 2, right? Let's show you a little bit, right? Let's just go through a little tiny bit of this. So, give me Isaiah 49 in verse 6. Let's start there, since Isaiah 49 is so good, right? It's so important to this doctrine. Whew. Shalom, Yahweh.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49. Sluck it. And verse 6.
And once again, y'all hit the like button if you haven't already, Baba Cashapp. I ain't asking for no money, but I am asking for likes, right? Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel.
So look, that's another reason why I don't want to use preserved for them. I don't care what my post said on the internet. Again, that was for context of things, in which I got the context because Deacon posted and commented under that. He ain't teaching what we teaching, which set it in stone, not just for me, but for everybody else that's a leader in Israel that saw that and realized they're actually teaching actual salvation for actual vocab Malone. Shameful. But yeah, keep reading.
I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles.
Now, pause. Again, grammar is something that I think is important to understanding the Bible, right? The writing style of the authors is important to understanding what they were trying to say. Now, the way that they've done the grammar, based on the scholars that were able to understand what he was trying to say, they have something called a colon there before the also. Am I lying or am I flying? The colon is making a addition / separation of the thought, if you will, right? So first it talks about the saving of Israel, right? In two different parts. Gathering and a preservation, right? For like two types of Israelites, the outcast and the How did it word them at the beginning of 6? The second people?
Preserved.
No. But I'm talking about like what type of. Read it
What?
again. Read the top.
Come on, this is Isaiah 49 and verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob.
So we got the tribes of Jacob. Go ahead.
And to restore the preserved of Israel.
So to restore the preserved of Israel, you're restoring somebody, right? So in the preserved would be people that, stayed in this thing, got in this thing, tried to work for this thing. In the regular Israelites, the tribes of Jacob would be everybody else, right? So, but then it tells you there's going to be something else that happens. And it uses specific word also, which is, again, in addition. So you got also and a colon. This is specifying and relating to something that's after the first fact that we just talked about, not something happening at the same time. Hence why when these brothers were originally teaching what they were teaching, they taught that, things would happen for Israel and only Israel without them happening for anybody else. Because we have verses like this from Isaiah that prove, right? There's going to be something that happens for Israel first. And it uses the word restore and preserve because we will be restored before anything happens to anybody else. And what's crazy is Isaiah reiterates this not only in Isaiah 49, but other verses in Isaiah and other chapters in Isaiah about us being restored, right? Before the people gather. And then as they gather, we're already gathered and restored, which is in chapter 56. I don't know how niggas missed that, but we gonna get it. So again, chapter 56 is a chapter that's a continuation of what started earlier. If you're listening to Esau, they say it starts around 49. I say it starts a little bit earlier than that, right? And it don't end at 55. It actually ends in 56, right? So, yeah, let's show some of it, shall we? Did you read verse 7 of 49? Read that, please.
This is Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to him whom man despiseth, to him who the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of the Lord that is faithful and the Holy One of Israel, and he will choose thee.
Yeah. All these kings and all these princes, they're going to see, they're going to worship, and we're going to be chosen, right? But why do they worship? Is it because they're getting salvation, or is it because the man is finally here who is putting everything in its rightful order? And the rightful order, had we never gone off once again, was we're the kings, we're the rulers, they're the subservient, subordinates, not vassals, but actual servants, handmaids. Right? These people were meant to see we were a wise and understanding people and fall in line under wanting to learn after us. That's literally Moses telling us these people are going to flow unto you. That's the same thing that Isaiah just said, you duck monkey. So what's happening here with the heathen in Isaiah 56 and all the other parts of Isaiah that I just showed you isn't just, what was supposed to happen. It's what was supposed to happen. You feel me? It's the intended purpose. Their expected end as ours, right? We're the nation above all people, right? So we were also supposed to teach all people. That was the position the Israelites were in. We were the master teachers. You can't teach nobody if you ain't, retaining the information you're supposed to teach. Hence why the next covenant is supposed to put that in our mind eternally, which also is going to leave a problem because there's laws we were given in the Torah that cause us to kill certain people and blot them out forever that y'all are saying are supposed to be able to, be vassals. Because if we being honest, ain't nobody kept the law technically longer than Amalek, right? We've been going off. They've been keeping it. They've been in Israel, right? Judaism. They was keeping it with King Bulan in the Caucasus Mountains, right? After they stole it from us. So this is 600 AD, a little earlier maybe, right? So 930, it's in it. Yeah, it was a while ago, right? They definitely was doing it before we woke up. So if that's the case, according to their doctrine, them Amalekites over there in Jerusalem that have been keeping the law, that also are cool with us, because you know some of them ain't our enemy. They admit that we the Israelites and all that type of stuff. They still got their curly fries on the side of the head and wear the small hat. These brothers are saying they aren't supposed to be blotted out according to the law. So we'll be able to break a law in the kingdom. What law are you talking about, Ilya? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 25. Let me find it. I think start at 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way.
So this is a law saying, remember what the hell they did. Okay, go ahead.
When ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way.
Y'all remember what they did? Go ahead.
And smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not God.
That's right. He feared not God. Go ahead.
Verse 19, therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about.
So because he's pretending to fear God now, or because one or two of the outliers within their community fears God, right? I thought God was not a respecter of persons. So you telling me Israelites, according to the scriptures, had a certain number, it tells you in the Bible, 5,000 that didn't bow the knee to Baal. That's 5,000 that didn't, sin, that didn't go off, that wasn't tripping, that wasn't wilding. They still went in captivity. Jeremiah was told to his face, hey, you even yourself is going to discontinue from your heritage that I gave you, my nigga. Right? So how in the world does that happen to us, even the righteous ones? But heathen that was never given the law, that never actually been righteous, they get respect from the Most High that doesn't respect persons. They get a pass. Some of them get to be vassals. They get to move to and fro when we didn't get to do that. We didn't get to leave Darius and them, Cyrus and them, till they told us, right? We wasn't just going back and forth from India, back and forth from Babylon, nigga, no, we wasn't doing that. You was in captivity. You was doing what they want you to do. History tells us that. I'm the historian. You got any questions? I'll answer them. So these are things we have to understand. What y'all saying don't make sense contextually with Isaiah, because again, Isaiah 56 is a continuous thing. It doesn't just start there. In Micah 4 and Zechariah 2 is the same thing. They're talking about a time period in that day. And the day for them is after our day. Yeah. They still got to go through captivity. If the Bible got verses in it that say for us to give the whole nation the cup of the fury and make them drink it, all the nations, do people from within those nations get to not drink the cup when all of us had to drink the cup? So God has more favor of the heathen than he does us? That's crazy, ain't it? The Most High loved the heathen more than he loved us, according to GOCC. I had to take that, Dominique. I'm sorry. I had to take it. That was funny. That's a quote from Mahala. But yeah, that's what's going on, right? Go ahead.
Con. Verse 19. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about,
Mm-hmm.
in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it.
How you blot out the remembrance of a people and they still remembered because I could look at their ass. According to them, he get to be a vassal. He got to walk through my goddamn gate every month for the what? I'm gonna remember him. Yo, y'all had Amari Stoudemire playing for y'all niggas, and y'all ain't even want to call him Israelite. I'm gonna get mad. Yo, y'all did Kanye West dirty. I'm gonna get mad. Yo, y'all did Nick Cannon. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna remember. We ain't supposed to have no remembrance of the former things. If I see one of them, I'm gonna instantly. Hello, they the last slave masters. Why wouldn't I remember? That would break the law. That would break the covenant. It wouldn't make any sense. And again, it would give them more privilege than we had. It would make the Most High a respecter of persons. I thought God don't change. So he didn't respect people for us when we was in captivity. But when they're supposed to go in captivity, he changes and becomes a respecter of persons and makes vassal kingdoms. Why he ain't make the righteous Israelites that didn't bow the knee to all of vassal? You duck monkey. But I digress. We got to finish teaching. So, give me what we at? Deuteronomy 25, right?
Yeah.
Let me hop off that soapbox. Let's get back to the showing of the sequences. So, we read Isaiah 49, 6 and 7. Give me Isaiah 14, right? So, we see there's a order to the saving. There's going to be a gathering of the Israelites, restoration of the preserved Israelites, and also I will, then help the Gentiles by making you a light to them, aka making you teach their ass as you were intended to do from the beginning, right? So if brothers are calling that salvation, because now I'm understanding what their Isaiah 49 breakdown really was trying to say. That was the entrance to their salvation, right? But we're just teaching them. So their salvation is us doing what the hell we were supposed to do at the beginning. But our salvation is actually getting saved from a situation. Make that make sense? Because it don't make sense to me. I'm confused. I don't get it. Do you get it, Knock?
No.
I don't get it. But again, these are just questions. I'm trying to get y'all to think like us, right? So Isaiah 14. Let's get to the next sequence. Something else, like we're working backwards so I can show you guys how Isaiah taught about heathen cleaving to us, heathen being in the land. Because what's going to be crazy is if we read Isaiah 14 and 1, right? And Isaiah talks about what happens to the cleaving Israelites, the cleaving heathen, and they still got to go to the land. What you think, they're going to be in our land in a different position than other people in our land? They ain't get to be vassals. They ain't bringing no tribute. It don't say nothing about them bringing going to their land, getting their riches, putting them on their back, and then coming to the land to be our people, and us putting, the shackles and chains on our oppressors and those that oppressed us. It don't say nothing about that. It says we're going to just take them to our place and rule over them. Where it say we're going to take them to our place, they're going to bring us some treats. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the bread, the bag, the G-Wagon, and then they're going to go back to their country and live happily ever after. Happily ever after. It don't say that. Right? Keep going. Read that. Let's see what it says.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So these strangers are cleaving to the house of Jacob, right? Now, the way we used to teach it, or the way we teach it, the way they used to teach it. What is that? A little moth? Oh, it's a little damn mosquito in this motherfucker. But so the way we teach it and the way they used to teach it is that this is all a continuous statement, like what we read with the chapters in Isaiah. As you're seeing, it says on the Googler, right? But what they did in the video breakdown was they read Isaiah 49 like it's talking about one set of heathen, verse 1. I mean 14. Isaiah 14 verse 1 like it's one set of heathen, and then Isaiah 14 verse 2 like it's the evil ones, and they're going into captivity and we get to rule over our oppressors. Like the only ones we're ruling over is oppressors. Nigga, no. That ain't the context of that. That's not how that works. That's not the writing style of Isaiah. That don't even fit the context of how he was writing at the beginning, before that. Because Isaiah 14 ain't the first time he talked about heathen going into captivity under us, in case y'all didn't know that. It's just the verse that we bring out the most because it says it plain and clear. At least to most of us. I can't say that now to everybody because we see there's people that obviously agreed with this. I see it all over Facebook. It's mostly lunar Sabbath niggas, which a lot of them are nut-hugging duck monkeys anyway. Offense. Please take offense to that. Because that's what y'all is, a lot of you. Right? But fact of the matter is, some of y'all only are dealing with the doctrine because of the fandom, the fandemonium. The pandemonium brought fandemonium. And the fans are the ones that are clapping for this crap. Right? So that's the main reason why I want to do the lesson. This one anyway. The next one is going to be a lot more thorough. It's going to have slides, all that type of stuff. Like I said, it ain't going to be next week either. It's going to take a minute. So, because I want to get everything. Yeah. Read verse 2.
God, this is Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
This is all continuous statement, guys. The people that's them isn't just, the people that oppressed us. It's talking about nations, not individuals, because the Most High is not a respecter of persons. It almost made me feel like, and some of y'all are not going to like this, but I give no duck, right? Gorilla Hebrew might have been right. I know some of y'all don't like Gorilla right now. He ain't do nothing to me, so I don't give a damn. But yeah, he ain't do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you watched the video my camp made about him, you saw that we was telling y'all to, pray for the brother, pray he repented and all that stuff. He claims he did. We don't have no proof that he didn't. So what reason I got to be mad at him, right? I'm going to take him at his word. If he lied, he got to pay for that. So I ain't got no reason to be mad at him. A lot of y'all ain't that practical, but this is the Israelite community. It's full of duck monkeys. That's why I invented the word, and that's the way it is. But fact of the matter is, I still can contact Gorilla for scriptural information, and he'll give me an answer I feel is correct in my heart based off my studies and my research. And I haven't seen any evidence or heard anything from anybody that shows that the Most High is not dealing with me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Most High forbid that happens anytime soon or at all. Really at all. For sure at all. But yeah. But there are people who have made lessons this year that have caused other people to question whether the Most High is rocking with them like he at least probably used to. Unless everything was fake. Which, for some of them, I can tell you some stories, but I ain't going to do that on this lesson. So anyway, yeah. But the fact of the matter is, like I said, I can ask Gorilla questions and he'll answer them, and he'll give me an answer that I can actually back up biblically still, regardless of how y'all feel about him, right? What these brothers are showing based off this doctrine is there may not be things that you can trust that they will be teaching from this point forward, because this doctrine doesn't make sense biblically. So it's like, y'all got to be honest. I know probably wasn't nobody else going to say that shit, but hey, I don't give a damn. We a small camp, and ain't going to be none of y'all on this damn class watching the next week anyway, right? So I give no damn, right? You feel me? So yeah, that's the point. For me. So it's like, I feel like certain things he said the last couple of days might have been true as far as I ain't gonna say motives, because I ain't gonna talk about nobody motive. I don't know about none of that. I ain't gonna say it was about money or clout chase, none of that shit. I think these brothers really believe this, right? But I'm saying the reason they probably believe it is because maybe certain biases or not being convicted fully in the spirit now has them being tossed to and fro. Because they both have admitted on video in the last couple of days that they both wasn't really convicted with what we were teaching, even though they were teaching it, right? So those are things I want y'all to keep in mind. It ain't nothing against the brothers. You know what I'm saying? We've had friendly fire the whole time I've been in the truth. You know what I'm saying? From the dreadlocks video, right? When I had the locks, Deacon made the video about me. For those of y'all that forgot that, right? Because of the girl that the other camp claimed I wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, so they make the video about me on the hair because I was courting the girl, and I make the response video, and some of y'all still got dreads because of the response video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's always been a friendly fire since then, and that's the first year I started Milk Monday. That was the beginning of the Milk Monday journey, right? Before I even had a co-host, I did that video by myself, right? It's still on the SLT channel. It might not be in the Milk Monday playlist, but it's still on there. Feel me? So that's the point. We have lessons that we've taught, not just me, but all the elders, that explain exactly how to understand the Bible. And the way we're walking back, we just did Isaiah 49, Isaiah 14, and at the beginning, Isaiah 2. And so far, it's all talked about heathen cleaving and flowing unto us and coming unto us in the last day in the kingdom after we've been saved. It's clear contextually. But these brothers read Isaiah 56 and somehow minimized it to one chapter, one verse, as if the brother wasn't talking about that same thing happening earlier with more context, and gives more context later when you get to 60 and 61. You want us to read that too? 61, the gospel. We was going to read that anyway. But let me see. Give me boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Hold on. I got to Isaiah. Wait a minute.
Did you want to finish Isaiah?
Yeah, finish that. While I look for this.
To down to verse 3.
What? 14?
Yeah.
No. I just want 2. That's it.
Gone. This is Isaiah 14 and 2, continuing. It says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Mm-hmm. I wish you wouldn't have. I forgot what I was looking for when you asked me to finish read that shit. Damn. I forgot what the hell I was saying. You remember what I was saying before you asked me to read that again?
You said something about the gospel. We were going to read the gospel in 61. But...
Okay, yeah, 60 and 61. That's what I'm looking for. Hold on a second. All right. Give me 60 and 10.
God. Because
what we got to understand, right, is like I was saying, in 56, the people cleaving, which we're going to read it so that you guys understand. But in 56, the strangers, or the Ben Nekar, right, that are cleaving to us, yes, they're heathen. For those of y'all that didn't know that, they are definitely not the Israelites. But to put it in context, if you could read and understand context and what the scripture is saying in the writing style of Isaiah, he starts talking about them in chapter 2, in the context of them coming around once we are established as the Mount of the Lord. Then he gives more context as he goes through the book, right? Isaiah 14 talks about some of the cleavers, and then the fact that the whole broader nation, all the nations, all the people that had us in captivity, which according to the Maccabees, there wasn't a nation that didn't take part in it, which would be everybody. Then, they all would be going into captivity. Everybody oppressed us, unless the Bible's lying. Oh, yeah. So that's what it is, right? Whether you like it, understand it, or believe it or not. So 60 and 10, read that.
Come on, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 60, Salakia, Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 10. And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee.
They're building up our walls because they're servants, right? Again, we don't have to put shackles and chains on them because they're not running away. Read the second part.
Come on, for in my wrath I smote thee.
No. The second part of that verse.
Verse 10.
Yeah, it's a two-part.
I didn't. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
Okay, so walls is the first part. The second part.
And their kings shall minister unto thee.
And the kings that minister unto thee are rulers that are ministering. Y'all know what ministering is? I know in the Christian church, you think of ministering as, preaching or teaching, but it's really like, sir, do you want some water? Sir, can I tie your shoes? You ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. The person coming with the suit on in the white gloves, we call him a butler, but they would be also called a minister in its proper context based off the etymology of that word. So the way it's used in the Bible, there are people that are literally helping you with stuff, coming to do things for you. So it's telling you these kings, people that would have things and people minister to them, they're going to be doing that for you. Who ministers to a king if we're the kings? The king's servants, right? That would mean these people will be servants, not vassals. You feel me? So, yeah. Give me Isaiah 61 and verse 14.
God. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 61. And you said what verse was that again, Cap?
14.
61 and 14 or 60 and 14?
Wait. Is that what I want? I think I wrote the wrong shit. I did write the wrong joint.
You want 60 and 14?
60. I want 61 and 5. My bad.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 5. And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
I don't know how I did that.
And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
Mm-hmm.
But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord.
So look, you got strangers feeding your flocks, right? And then later on, it's going to say they're going to build up waste places, all that type of stuff, right? So we know that they're servants. And they're not in another land. They're not going to their place. They're in our place, building our stuff. What are you talking about? Wait, what? You saying only the bad ones are going to be building our stuff and the good ones going to go back to their home and get the nigga? What? Why do they get a privilege we didn't get? I ain't do half of the shit y'all niggas did when y'all was in the world. I can tell you that with a happy face. Right hand to God. Right? Now, for the brothers that didn't bow the knee to Baal, why didn't they get to become a vassal? If the heathen gonna get it. You got to keep asking that question. Because ain't supposed to be no respect of persons. The only nation the Most High said he respected was Israel. Those people aren't spiritually Israel after their salvation, according to their thing. They never said that. So how do they then become respected? More than we're respected. And on an individual level that we ain't really respected on. You feel me? So, yeah, that's that. And I don't want to hear nobody, because I could see one of them niggas saying, David and Moses were respected on a personal level. Doesn't say they were respected. Basically said the Most High liked them, right? They did things that made the Most High like them. Made themselves friends to the Most High. Some of y'all niggas know it's possible to have friends and not, respect. Especially the way that the Most High is talking about when it comes to respect. So, I mean, can't be saying we don't have the emotions the Most High have either, unless y'all teaching it. That's not the case no more. But I digress. So, let's read from 55 verse 10 to 56 verse 8. I'm gonna just let you read smooth so that everybody can see what I'm saying. Now that we understand the sequences and y'all can see, you can actually go back through Isaiah and read him talking about these people, right? Let's now see how 55, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to, you could read 55 verses 1. Yeah, hell, we got to do that. Read 55 verse 1 to 56 verse 8. I'm going to just let you read smooth. I ain't going to say shit. Salakia.
Talking about Isaiah?
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 55 verse 1 all the way to Isaiah 56 and verse 8.
56 and verse 8. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1.
I'm not going to stop you until you get to talking about Gentiles, but I'm just going to point it out and let you continue just so they can see what I'm talking about.
Come on, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
Oh, my bad. What verse you on?
I'm starting on verse 3 now.
Okay, cool. All right.
Verse 3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
Now, real quick, just so y'all know, because I know it's going to be some of you lunar niggas in the comments or thinking in the chat, oh, this got to be talking about the heathen. No, nigga. He ain't making a covenant with the heathen. We will become a covenant unto the people, us, because we going to be teaching them, right? We the covenant. They learn the covenant through us. We get a covenant with the Most High, and then we become a covenant to the people. That's what it says in Isaiah, right? But as we see right here, right, the people that get an everlasting covenant with them are the Israelites. So this is talking about us. Just wanted to point that out. Go ahead.
Okay.
So you understand the context?
Verse 3. Salakia, verse 4. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and commander to the people.
Uh-huh.
Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not.
Yep.
And nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of the Lord thy God.
Now wait. Hold on, because I'm going to let you go and continue that in a second. Just remember you stopped at the comma because I don't want you to start over. So now look. The nation that knowest not, right? That thou knowest not. We're going to call them. The calling of the nation is a, command. You're a king. You get to call on people when you need them to do something, like minister to you. You know that thing we just read about in Isaiah? Yeah. So they gonna minister, and you call people to minister. Hey, ding, 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 ding. Yeah. So a nation we knew not, people we didn't mess with, people that's not our people, we're going to be calling on them, right? And what are they going to be doing in return? Because they're going to be around us to be called. Keep going.
And nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of the Lord thy God, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he hath glorified thee.
Wow. So that sounds a lot like what we just read in the sequences before. You know, them little things where he be giving a prophecy, sidebarring, then continuing with the sidebar. Yeah, he did that the whole dang book, right? And it didn't just start in 55, it starts before that, right? So look, you go, you read this part, you see that he's talking about heathen flowing unto these Israelites, right? And notice we're calling them. So they're getting to flow unto us once we're already in the position of power. For us to be in a position of power and be able to call them, we have to already be in Israel. If I'm calling somebody to minister to me, I'm going to be in my mansion, my palace, right? I ain't ministering from the wilderness, nigga. So, yeah. Clearly, we can see the sequence in the writing style of Isaiah. He's clearly giving you these events and explaining that all of these heathen are going to be doing these things after we're already in our position of power. The fact that these brothers couldn't see that and don't see that no more is baffling to me. But I'm glad most of you do. That's right, Robert. That's right, Robert. That's right, Robert. Okay. So, whew. Man, keep going.
God.
I just wanted to point that out so y'all can see, right? This is what's going on. This is what we're talking about. This is the sequence. I'm about to show you how this connects to 56 so that nobody thinks 56 is the same time as when we get saved. No. He's about to reiterate 55 and 56. And what he just mentioned in 55, those people flowing to us, those are the strangers that he's going to say, hey, and let them not say blah, 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 that we're going to read, right? Because they're not supposed to say that once they get to join themselves to us and they're ministering to us, right? We're going to be literally teaching them. So whatever they want to know, they will be able to get freely from us. That's how that works. That was our job at the beginning. Had we not went off, it was to give the nations the knowledge of the Most High freely. So much so they was going to be able to just learn it by watching us. Deuteronomy 4 and 6. If you think I'm lying. So these are things you got to understand. I know some of y'all just want them to be captive, right? And they are. They are. But you're not going to need chains for all of them. You're only going to need chains if you want to put chains on them. Right? Because they're not going to run away. They can't go nowhere. Ain't no nation they could go to take asylum. Ain't no vassals, nigga. We going to have every nation in the same situation. Unless the Bible's a lie. Because it says we got to give every nation the cup of the fury and make them drink. So if every nation get the cup of fury, how does the cup of fury pass from a nation to be a vassal? It can't. If the law is supposed to be in our inward parts, and certain people can't get into the kingdom according to the law, like Amalekites, Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites, how the hell they going to become vassals? Asian women love us. You know they want to minister. You know they going to cleave. Nigga, don't play no games. You know that's going to happen. Mei Ling is waiting to cleave right now. But the Bible says she no get in. No kingdom for her. Right? Even to the 10th generation. So that's what we have to understand. We can't get around that. No matter how much you want to get around that, you can't get around that. Am I right, Knock?
God.
If I'm lying, let me know. Because you a captain. I'm just saying. Almost. Basically. Kind of, sort of. Yeah. You there. So I need to know. If I'm wrong, tell me. Feel me? So, what's that?
What
You
I'm
finna bring
reading.
some out?
No, just what I'm reading.
Oh, you changed the yeah, word. Okay. Yeah, keep going. I'm gonna just let
Con.
you go now. Now that they understand. I
Salakia.
think you
Hold on
at
1 second.
verse.
I'm at verse 6.
Okay, bet.
So I'm gonna bring it out a little bit so they can see it.
Oh yeah, zoom in just a little bit more. Just a
Con.
little bit more.
Yep.
All right, bet. That's good. I can see that. So they should be able to see that because my screen's smaller than theirs.
Con. This is Isaiah 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. And to our God, for he will abundantly pardon.
Hey, you know what? Just for the second time, jump to verse 10.
Verse 10. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it.
Keep going.
For ye shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands.
That ain't the heathen going back and forth. That's us, guys. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Instead of the thorn shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree. And it shall be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off.
Uh-huh. Now watch. Go ahead. Keep going. Because you see, at the beginning of 55, he talks to us. Then he tells us these nations are going to flow onto us. Then he starts to tell us basically, do good so that these things can happen to you, right? Then he, says basically, because everything I'm saying going to happen. My word ain't going to return void. You know what I'm saying? Like a daddy would to your son, right? Then we get to 56, and he's going to reiterate, do what I told you to do so that these things can happen to you. Let's show them. Read.
Verse 56 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed.
Now, brothers was talking about my salvation is near to come. This is talking about the salvation. And watch, it's about to bring up a bit in the car. So that means that the salvation is no, bro. No. This is a continuous statement. The salvation he's talking about was the salvation he started talking about about 5, 6, 15 chapters ago. Right? So that's what we got to understand. But apparently they don't understand it anymore. You feel me? It's crazy. Keep going.
Verse 2. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil.
He was like, yo, if the heathen keep the Sabbath, Most High is going to keep. So the heathen, the son of man now? Damn, y'all changing a lot of shit, ain't you? You're crazy. I thought we was that. So, and if you think of the context of this, the same people he's talking to in 55 is who he's talking to at these first two verses in 56. And they the ones that keep the Sabbath. They the ones who got the covenant that he told them that he made in 55, right? That the Sabbath is a part of. So he would still be talking to them people who the covenant in the Sabbath is for and a part of, right? They're the ones that keep the Sabbath and aren't supposed to pollute it, right? And keep their hands from doing evil. We the ones that were commanded not to touch any unclean thing and not to do any evil thing. The heathen do evil all day, right? So this ain't talking about them. And then when we get to verse 3, he's clearly about to reiterate the people that were flowing unto us, cleaving unto us, that we gonna bring to our place, that are ministering unto us, that done built up the waste cities and allowed us to inherit waste heritages, right? Some of them, as I mentioned, cleave, and the ones that cleave, he commands us to do this. Read.
Verse 3, neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to the Lord speak.
Oh, wait. It said joined himself to the Lord because it's talking about the people he already talked about cleaving. You duck monkey. Why was that so hard? It shouldn't be. We're going to prove it, though, because it actually explains it pretty good as you get further down. Keep going.
Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry.
Hold on. The Lord hath separated me from his people. If we getting saved at the same time, how are they thinking that they're separated if they don't already see his people in glory? And them thinking, hey, we are the slaves now. What the hell? I'm separated. I ain't never going to get to be happy like them. He's going to give them a place to be happy, in a situation where they could be happy. When you're praying, when you're sacrificing, and you're in the house of the Lord. He didn't say all the time, because there's going to be a time when they're on plantations and ministering to the men of the Lord. And some of them get a rod of iron. That ain't happy. He's specific on what they're going to be happy about, where and when. Read.
The Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. Verse 4, for thus saith the Lord unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant. Verse 5, even unto them I will give in mine house, and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters.
Keep going.
I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
They're going to get a great name that will not get cut off. Like the name he told us, ours won't get cut off, right? They're going to be great in the kingdom of heaven in a way, but not in any way like them niggas is thinking in their head right now, because I said those words. I did that on purpose. Read.
Verse 6, also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord, to serve him and
okay. Keep going.
And to love the name of the Lord, to be his servants. Everyone.
Time out. So to serve him, to love the name of the Lord, to be his servants. Why reiterate servants twice? Do servants sound like vassals? Wait, it's going to get better. Go ahead.
Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant.
Because you got to remember, these are the good ones. These are the cleavers. These are the ones he said not to. These are the ones that are going to get a great name in heaven that won't be cut off. We going to remember them. You remember that heathen Jimmy? Yeah, I remember him. Bro, he was a good heathen, bro. Yeah, that nigga was good. He did everything we told him to do. You know, like how your boss be talking about you when you do everything you're supposed to do at work? Yeah, it ain't no different. Go ahead.
Verse 7, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer.
Whoa, there it is. The reiteration of the mountain again and the house of prayer. That's where they get to be joyful. Who isn't going to be joyful praying to the God, the only known God of the earth? Right now, everybody think there's a God. Some people don't know it's a God. Some people think it's a God, but don't know if it's a God. They might think it's a God, but they believe in the universe or whatever the hell, right? But everybody going to know about Yahweh at that moment. So when that's the time, everybody knows him. Why aren't you going to be happy to serve him, to pray? So that's when they're going to get their joy, when they come to the house of the Lord. And remember, these are the cleavers. It never says they're not in captivity. It reiterates twice, they're going to love to serve and be servants. Keep going.
Con. Their burnt
Yeah,
offerings
correct.
and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar. For mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people. Verse 8.
Right. A house of prayer for all people. Not a house of vassals. Not a house of freedom. Not a house of just do whatever you want. Joy, America, melting pot. No. Prayer, nigga. This is talking about prayer. All the happy stuff y'all was thinking is them being a vassal and kingdom is talking about them coming to the mountain of the Lord when they flow to the people after they're already in captivity and have cleaved to us and built up our waste places and we're already up top and they're ministering to us. When they get that time, when they get to go to the house of the Lord and pray, they're going to be like, yes, this is my resting time. This is my sanctuary. You know that 30-minute break you get from your job? You get to go to your car and just sit there in silence. That's what they gonna be like in the house of the Lord. For y'all not to understand that is baffling to me. But I digress. Now y'all understand how to understand the book of Isaiah. We can stop there. Because actually, wait. What verse you want? You on mute. What verse you want?
I was gonna start verse 8.
Oh yeah, read that. Okay. That's the last one I want, I think. Yep,
Con.
show is. That's the last one.
The book of Isaiah 56 and verse 8. The Lord God which gathereth the outcast of Israel saith, yet will I gather others to him besides those that are gathered unto him.
Will I gather others to him besides that, those which are gathered to him? Gathered is past tense because the Israelites are already in a situation where we supposed to be. Like Isaiah 49:6 says, it's a one thing happened, then the other thing happened. Not they happen at the same time. That ain't how this works. And it's very clear about that. For you to make this doctrine, you had to ignore everything I just said and all the scriptures I didn't say. You had to ignore everything. You had to have this in your brain for a long time and just say, F it, I'm going to teach you. Because there's nothing in the Bible that actually substantiates that. You can cut certain scriptures up and make this one chapter in chapter 56 that's talking about these heathens getting to pray to the Lord. This is talking about them being able to go back and forth, to and fro. It's not a continuous statement to the rest of the book. It ain't got nothing to do with chapter 55 or 54 or 49 or 47, 48. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that, right? Nope. It's just by itself. Micah 4, same thing. Zechariah, same thing, right? No, not true. False. Okay, so I'm trying to see. Oh, I did want to do this. Now that we brought those scriptures out and everybody can understand how to read. This was the basis of the argument. This was the Isaiah 49, Isaiah 56, the Micah 4, right? Y'all can read Micah 4. And when you read Micah 4 verses 1 to 2, you will see automatically in 3 that it's the same thing. It's talking about the people flowing to the mount of the Lord after the mount of the Lord is established. Yeah. In that day, in that time. You feel me? So, Knock, did you have anything you wanted to say on this topic? You good?
I'm good. Go on.
I want to play this video just because I thought it was funny. And I agreed with it. What the fuck is, excuse my language. Why does it look like that? This what you was talking about?
What are you talking about?
the damn StreamYard just look weird.
Oh, you
We
see it
both
now?
right here.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention the whole time. What is this?
Yeah, I guess it's a new feature. I'm not sure.
So they changed StreamYard and YouTube because the YouTube look different too.
Yeah, but they show actually both of these layouts on YouTube. So some may see the vertical. If they want to see the original layout, yeah, all you gotta do. But if you want to go to see the original layout, just go to the main page and click on the main thumbnail of the class, and it'll give you the regular layout.
Now, I wanted to play some clips right quick before we go, just so we could talk on it. Because like I said, once again, for anybody that missed what I was saying at the beginning, this is just my commentary, if you will, right? Without watching the video and going through it, because I do indeed want to do a real lesson on this. So, yeah, we're going to do a real peer review for the brothers. But I wanted to bring this out because not only did I feel it was important for you guys to understand, if they watch it, hopefully they'll understand that, like, it just seems they're not understanding the way Isaiah is written. And they allowed Isaiah 56 and the way Christians might bring it out in debates to sway how they're looking at the scripture, if that makes sense. Right? So I don't think they need to do that if that's what happened. If they just wholeheartedly believe this, then hey, like I told Dickie, we'll see who right when Yahweh cracks the sky. So I ain't worried about it. Feel me? But watch these clips because I like them and I kind of agree. I don't watch no GMS stuff. I'm cool with GMS people, right? But don't like how they did one of my first teachers, Yardan. Feel me? So I actually gave his information to one of your favorite teachers. That's how they met. But yeah, they did Yardan dirty. So I ain't watch a GMS video since Yardan left GMS. But this popped up on my timeline when this was happening. And I said, you know what? I'm going to click it. And I watched it. He was kind of right. So pay attention.
Yesterday, this is the text message that I received from Vocab. I'm gonna read it verbatim.
And I just want to put this out there for context. I ain't talking about no Yardan that any of you new people know. Yardan was a brother who, you know, he wore sunglasses, he wore a chain, he wore a watch, he wore rings, and yeah, he's literally my first teacher, right? And our spirits are very much alike. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. He ain't any other Yardan y'all might have been thinking about. He's a different brother, and he ain't in the truth. Well, he's in the truth, but he ain't teaching the truth no more. I'll say that.
I am contacting you for, I feel like, a mutual friend, Hassad. He wants to debate Gentile salvation with you. He would take the affirmative, you would take the negative. He's also asking that we don't spread this around. He wants to announce it on his own time. If you could, please respect his privacy. In that way, obviously, when the debate happens, it will be out.
And he knew what he was doing by still going and telling Vocab. Why would you go and tell if you wanted to reveal it on your own time? Why would you go and tell the devil? Why would you go and tell him? Because you know he wants to see preaching.
I agree. And if y'all recall, when we started our camp, Vocab hit us up. He put us in the video. Tried to get some clout. You know, them brothers from SOT, you know, LAL and them. Tried to get us to do an interview with him. We ain't respond. Y'all remember that? Right? So that's his tactic. That's what Vocab does. He tries to get between the community by using Israelites in the community. So, I mean, I wouldn't have his number. We follow each other on Facebook, but that's only so I can keep up with the hell he's doing. I don't talk to him. I ain't never had a conversation with vocab. I ain't even conversate to tell him I ain't gonna be on the show. We just didn't reply, didn't respond. You feel me? So yeah, I agree with that. Why would you even have the devil's number?
He want to see y'all debate and go back and forth.
Calling for a mutual friend. Hassad wants to debate you on my platform, or if you guys can find a different mutual platform, but I'm willing to do it and host, kind of like I did with the Michael Brown Outlaw debate on Gentile salvation. If you wanted to be a 2-on-2,
bring the comments all the way down. I want to see
and Ka could also be part. Just let me know yes or no, please.
I'm gonna play it one more time.
Katazah and Rakah can also be a part. But yeah, so that's Vocab Malone that you guys hear talking. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. And the man that created the coined phrase Black Hebrew Israelites and the coined phrase Hebrew Israelism. They both, Hebrew Israelism was created by him and Black Hebrew Israelites was made famous by him. That's why we have that nickname, because of that mother trucker, right? And these brothers debate him, but as we see, their relationship is more than that of debates, because Vocab called him a mutual friend. They probably text each other in the background, talk, have conversations. We've seen them meet up at the damn airport before, all type of stuff, right? So I ain't cool with Vocab. I ain't gonna be cool with Vocab. I don't want to be cool with Vocab. But for brothers that get cool with Vocab, it's always something weird that happened with them, right? When Shabar got with Vocab, and Shabar, you know I ain't lying, nigga. When a lot of people get with Vocab that are Israelites, after they get with Vocab, they just not the same. Somebody gotta say it. Shit.
Time. For those that don't know, this is Vocab Malone. I told Vocab when I got on the phone with him, I said, Vocab, I said, now I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know, you the most hated Edomite in all Israel. Why would they go to the most hated Edomite in all Israel to ask me if I would debate? I'm gonna play it one more time.
I don't need to hear it. But
same thing.
Let's
get back. The point is, it's about the truth. And this is, again, not clickbait. Non-Israelites receive salvation. Now, are we
the PDF, Salakia, the PDF will be in the description box. We did not have enough time to get the PDF for this presentation in the description box, but it will be in the prescription box. This is what we're seeing right now. Disclaimer. This is what we're seeing right now. This is the understanding we come to right now. Non-Israelites receive salvation. If you look at the picture, you can kind of tell what we believe the Bible to be saying in its.
This is an Israelite king. This is a Moabite. This looks like Elam, Persian.
Entirety.
Oh, shitty booty. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Oh, wait. This is Esau. This is definitely Ishmael. This is Elam. And this looks like Ham. So they believe it's going to be, Ling Ling going to be there. Ling Ling, Mei-Ling, Pei-Ling, and Fei-Ling. And they going to be sipping, sailing, right? And everybody else going to be there, right? The Punjabis and the Muslims and even Amalek, right? With, what's this, a Canaanite? He ain't got no beard. What, he bringing stones? Yeah, that's a Tyrian Zidonian.
To tell what we believe the Bible to be saying in its entirety. All right, I'll praise it. So me personally, I had questioned rather, and this isn't just about Paul. We're dealing with the whole entire Bible. We got almost 200 slides, and Paul don't even come until the last 100.
100. Yeah.
So we don't need Paul to prove this, but you definitely can see that he's clearly in certain instances.
Now, I want to point this out. They got 175 slides, and about 40 of them is just a bunch of different slides of them showing you different instances where heathen got favorable treatment or helped us, or people that we would normally teach are Israelites, they've now said are heathen, and they, that type of thing. So that's what about 40 of the first 75. If they're saying Paul don't show up to the first, till 100 slides, then that means they only had 75 before that. And 40 of the 75 is them showing you that heathen either helped us in some type of way, or served us in some type of way in some close proximity or fashion, or something like that, right? So it's like they're not really scriptures that mean anything when you're talking about the basis of the Bible, because had we never gone off, all they would have ever been able to do was serve us, minister to us, all the stuff that them brothers said was supposed to be things that show that they getting special treatment. So because the Most High allowed King David to have heathen in his army, like he the king of the world. So David can't have heathen in his army, but Artaxerxes can. Darius, Cyrus, Shalmaneser, 1 through 5, Nebuchadnezzar. Like, all of them can have other people from other nations serving under them in their armies as ministers. But when we get a king, he got to only have Israelites. And if it's shown in the Bible that he has people that aren't Israelites serving under him and being close to him, then that shows that they get salvation. But we didn't get salvation under Artaxerxes or Nebuchadnezzar or Shalmaneser or anybody else. Again, it's this overarching feeling of respect of persons for the heathen. This overbearing feeling of the Most High doesn't see us above all people, because the people we above are getting privileges we didn't get. Amen. Amen, brother. In my Hulk Hogan voice, right? Brother. Yeah. So that's what we got to understand.
Is in a lot of instances not talking to ethnic Israelites. So let's go. All right. So what we are not saying the nations won't be judged.
You're saying only the wicked people of the nations won't be judged. The question is, how do we determine who was wicked? Do you guys still teach regeneration? Was the person wicked in their last life? And if they were wicked in one life but not the other life, is that even possible? But anyway, if they were wicked in one life and not the other life, which life does the Most High choose to judge them on? What if they died? What if they was so bad that them getting killed in the next life wasn't even bad enough punishment, and the Most High want to give them some more, but they was okay after they died the next time? You saying that they deserve to be a vassal? Like, it's just confusing. All the different caveats that come up in my head when I'm thinking, what could make them a vassal? What could make them worthy that we weren't doing And we didn't get to be no vassals. We didn't get to escape captivity. We didn't get to not go into shackles and chains. What makes them more important than us? Why do they get something we didn't receive? So those would be the questions that I want y'all to keep in your minds, right? That I want y'all to think about. Y'all done seen the video, so I ain't even gonna go through this part of it because it's pointless to me, honestly. Let me see what he gonna say right here.
To the hopefully elect. All right, this video is gonna be entitled.
All right, yeah, we're gonna see that. So, do I want to read this vessel drink? Yeah, nah. Wait. For anybody that was confused on what they teach.
All praise to the Most High. So y'all see the title of the video. This is not clickbait. There's been speculation that we just did this to try to garner some attention or garner some clout. I don't think we need clout. I don't want clout. If I have it, you can have it back. The point is, it's about the truth. And this is, again, not clickbait. Non-Israelites receive salvation. Now,
and the PDF, Salakia, the PDF will be in the description box. We did not have enough time to get the PDF for this presentation in the description box, but it will be in the prescription box. This is what we're seeing right now. Disclaimer. This is what we're seeing right now. This is the understanding we come to right now. Non-Israelites receive salvation.
Oh, give me First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 20. Before we get up out of here. Whoops. Because, like, one thing I want to point out as well, I said it earlier, but I want to make sure we see it in the scriptures. I want to leave room for other brothers to say things before I do my full presentation. Because I know other people going to have stuff to say too, if they haven't said it already. And it's Monday night. It's already about to be 11 o'clock. Wasn't nobody going to have time to come out here on a Monday and debunk everything they said. I ain't even get to play the damn video. And we done been on here for 2 hours. All I really did was read you guys Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? And show you how it don't say what they saying in the context that they saying, and that everything that they thought was for the same time as us actually was proven that it's for after we get saved and are put in our position. And after he says that in 56, he reiterates it again in chapter 60, verse 10, and chapter 61, verse 5, where they have to build up our waste places as them servants. Right? So it's like, it just don't make sense to fight that. But I digress. Read that. First Maccabees 1.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 20. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt. He returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great...
My bad.
Wrong one?
First Maccabees 2 and 1.
Oh.
That's a scripture I got in my head for something else.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the son of Jorib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. And he had 5 sons.
Wait a minute. Let me see what I'm looking for. I done wrote down the wrong scripture again. That's what you get for rushing, folks. Hold on. Mm. 2 and 10.
2 and 10. First Maccabees 2 and 10.
Yes, sir.
God. It says this is the book of
That's
first.
What happened.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Yeah.
What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
So that's the question I was trying to ask. What nation was not a part of the destruction of Israel and has not taken something from us? When you read the people that were under Nebuchadnezzar, damn near all of the enemies that we have in Psalm 83 were there. When you look at the history on Shalmaneser and his kingdom, everybody was under him. When you look at Cyrus and Darius and Xerxes, everybody's under them, right? So those are 3 kings right there where we got issues, and we have a bunch of different people that help partake in the capture and captivity and, continual dismay of the Israelites through those captivities. You got everything here in America, right? With the different people of the different nations that do us dirty day in and day out. So these are things we got to think about. Now, as Israelites, we're supposed to live peaceably with all men. Yes, yes. But in the kingdom, does it say that all men will not suffer the same things we did? No. It says we're supposed to give them a double cup of destruction. We're supposed to give them a cup of fury. And they're supposed to drink it and swallow the dregs. This is the nation. So everybody within the nation has to suffer the same consequence as did Israel. Wasn't nobody within the nation that got to step up out of captivity. They got to escape it. You ain't get to move from wherever you was at to somewhere else and you not a slave no more. You was captive wherever you went. That's how it works. If we're going through the Atlantic slave trade and you from Africa, and you found some way to get to Japan, I guarantee you they'd have found some way to put you in captivity in Japan. Or they would have found some way to ship you back over there to the white folks once they get word that they're trying to look for Africans, or black people, or Israelites, or whatever they was calling you. So that's what I want y'all to understand. There's a lot of questions, man, that got to be answered. And I knew we weren't going to have enough time to answer all of them during this class, which is why we just asked the certain questions we asked and gave the answers that we gave. But one thing I want y'all to know for sure is that I'm going to try to do a lesson on this, right? And I got some good Danite information as well to add to the thing. I want to read this to y'all. It says this is from Chat GPT, right? This is a answer that is giving me to something that I'm going to give you guys when I do this lesson. Because something else that seems to be a stumbling block for people that are believing this is the Gentiles that Paul was talking to. I knew we weren't going to get a chance to do that today because that would take a long time. But the Gentiles Paul was talking to, most definitely, as most Israelite camps teach, were indeed Israelites. Even when you go into the Chat GPT, if you have the updated version and you pay for it and you log in, it will give you the advanced smart answers. And it doesn't lie about too much on here. And if it does give you a bullshit answer, you could respond to it like a person you would on the street, and then it ain't gonna lie no more. And I did this during this whole conversation about Dan. And at the end of it, it tells me, bottom line, your interpretation is not only possible, it fits the evidence better than the academic models. So everything that me and ChatGPT spoke about was more evident than what the scholars have put within mainstream history on this topic, right? So, yeah, it's things that we have to get straight when it comes to knowledge of the Bible, who the people are, who's talking to who, what their writing style is, what the context of what they were saying is, all that type of stuff, right? There's still things we got to learn. But I know that a lot of y'all are questioning the elders and how they taught. That's not the way to move. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not going to say that's not the way to move because we always should be trying to strive to be damn near perfect in this thing, if not perfect, right? So questioning what they say ain't bad, but questioning it without merit is what I'm gonna say. It's not the move. If you have a reason to question it, then you question it and you try to find the answer. But if there's no reason to question it, and then the stuff that you're gonna come up with is worse than what you question it, nigga, you messed up. It's just the answer. So that's all I got for y'all today, man. Hope y'all understood the lesson. If you got any questions, you can hit me up, social media, something like that, and I'll try to answer it for you. But like I said, I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna get my slides together so I could thoroughly try my best to debunk this. And if any brothers want to help, you can too. But I know Ram Gadal did one. If they did it thoroughly and they said everything I was gonna say, I ain't gonna waste my time. I'm just gonna make more Dan lessons for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But if they didn't, there's some things that I want to say, I'm gonna make a lesson. If the Watchmen on Saturday, I believe theirs is gonna be this Shabbat. Watch theirs. If their lesson is great, you know what I'm saying? And Naquam and Boaz and Ariah and Gabar, if they all teaching and doing what they doing up there, then and it's like perfect, no stone unturned, I ain't gonna waste my time because I know all of y'all gonna see it. But yeah, if it's not, then I'll say what I gotta say. So, all right, Revenant SOT, do it. I trust you all on this topic. So, but yeah, so that's what it is, man. All right.
Yo, shalom. Hey, that was nice. I hope everybody was able to follow along. And like Cap said, he's going to bring out a more extensive, if need be, breakdown of what we've seen here to show that, like scriptures show that there's a certain time frame when the heathen will join. They will have to bow down, right? And they're going to get Captain brought up, how we have some of our own prophets go through the sufferings and captivities, and then the heathen just get a pass, right? That doesn't make sense. That's not even scriptural. But we're not going to hold you long. It's already pretty late. It's after 11. I want to give shout outs to, I want to call some people out real quick. They came in class later. You came in, you did post. So I'm going to call you out real quick. Shalom to Sis Anariah. Shalom to Soldier, the Mighty Soldier Kawal. Shalom to the Mighty Soldier Kaziah. Shalom to the mighty Kasaja. Shalom to Prince K221. Shalom to Soldier Yaiquab. Unconscious Conscience. Shalom to Capone Yazaliah. The lovely Sister Devora, Yahweh's daughter, and also to Iron Horn of Zion. I'm trying to see if I see anyone else. If I missed anyone else, I don't see. Kyle Payton, is that his name? Kyle Payton. All right. And who else? I think that's it. That's all I've seen. So we're not gonna hold you long. I'm gonna go ahead and get Daniel 7:18. Hey, any brothers who want to put their brick in and build the Anointed House of Saints, you can do so by sending us your interest for our next prospect phase. Send us your interest through email at anointedhos@gmail.com. Also, any sisters who want to do the work with the brothers of Anointed House of Saints, please do the same thing. Give us your interest. Email anointedhos@gmail.com. Let me pull up Daniel 7:18. We're gonna let you get on out of here. Oh nope. Why did I do that? I thought I pulled these down. Let me see. I did. All right. So this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. It says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. By Hashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai." I want to thank you again for being with us on the start of this work week for another Milk Mondays. I am Officer Knock.
Captain all the aristocrat.
We are the Anointed House.
Dan.
That's right. And we are the Anointed House of Saints. We pray that you follow us through the week for our other classes. We have our Torah portion Thursdays. We have our Friday night focus, and we have Oh, okay.
My bad.
What you got?
Brian Norman gonna whoop Devin Haney ass this weekend. I just had to say it.
Oh, that is this weekend, isn't it?
Big Dan the man gonna show out this weekend. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all know Norman the Dorman.
Yeah.
Norman the Dorman. Norman's a Northman. He's a Danite. So it's my boy. I'm going for that one. And he from Conyers. We from right around the way. He taking that. Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
God. All right. Well, hey, we want to thank y'all again. We want you to come and make sure you stick with us throughout the week. Torah Portion Thursday, Friday Night Focus.
Oh,
We come back around with our Sabbath morning brew.
no more duck monkeys.
He said no more duck monkeys.
Not tonight.
All right. And then we're back around again for another Milk Monday. Again, we want to thank you. Hey, hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. Going forward, give praise and honor and glory to Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. All right. And with that, we're going to say Shalom, Saints.
Nah, not tonight. You duck monkey. All right, I'm done.
Shalom. And it did not go out. But here we go.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, black music, black music.